Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you my own hack of Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo. Now I based it off of a previous hack that was called the Powerup patch. I'll put the author information in later for attribution. The author that made this didn't want to discuss anything else. They posted it on their webpage. They're pretty much done with it. So I took their idea and then I improved on it immensely. So I'm going to show you that, and I'll walk you through this. So, first things first, I'm going to show you where the game starts off on a new game. I've completed some of this just to help me get through it for testing purposes. But I will show you, instead of starting at Yoshi's house, the game now starts at Jesse's insane level. Here we go. You definitely gotta make sure you get that star before Yoshi does, or there's no way you're beating this level. Oh, that goal doesn't work. Interesting. Oh, hello. Okay, yeah, I need this star. Really bad. Keep going. Oh, lost my Yoshi. Don't care. Ah! Okay. Okay, don't know where we're going or what's up there. Woo! We made it. I missed one dragon coin, but hey, not bad. So there's where the game starts. Now, let me show you Yoshi's house. So the original author that made the Powerup patch added power-ups in the... Actually, let me just go there and show you. Let me just get out of here. Instead of just telling you, I'll just show you. Alright, so I adjusted the volume because the game volume was very loud and it was hard to hear my voice. So hopefully now you can hear my voice better. So what the original author did, they made several changes throughout each level, giving you special power-ups, that custom ones that they made that would work good for each level. The main thing they did, or a specific thing, is this top secret area. They added their power-ups over here. So obviously mushroom, everybody knows mushrooms. But then you've got, oh sorry, that wasn't a mushroom. Let's back up, hang on. Because I think I should have been big first. Obviously you know this, flowers, everybody knows that. The Yoshi, the feathers. Okay, so you got these little Chuck suits, pretty nice. Like I said, I didn't make these power-ups. Here's the boomerang guy. Here's the raccoon. Everybody should remember this from Super Mario Brothers. I think it was number 3. Here's the legendary Tanuki suit, one of my ultimate favorites. Here's a frog suit. I remember that one. This one's very unique. He basically spits out boulders. These are some special boots. You tap the B button. Oh, I gotta pause this. Alright, I'm back. This is a shrinky mushroom. Hilarious. This, oh hello. He shoots ice balls and freezes stuff into coins. Pretty nice. Let me see if I have anything I don't think there's anything I can show you. We'll show you another level. Here's a penguin suit. Also shoots ice balls. This is kind of fun. Ah, get back here. If you hit the A button. Kind of fun. Let's see, the shell thing is kind of cool. I like that it gives you this here, this little protection, but I haven't found it really to be too protective, but it looks cool either way. Let's see, this one is a little cloud guy. If you hit the Y button, you can make a temporary one to stand. The only thing I don't like about it is because, like, I can't just make another one right after, but it's still pretty cool. Oh, I love this one. So this flower, it lets you shoot bubbles. Pretty much anything you turn or you spit, you're going to put in a bubble. It's pretty nice. And I think it turns into a coin. Here's the cat suit. And I'm at work while I'm doing this, so if I have to pause, you'll know why, which we gotta pause right now. Give me just a second. Alright guys, I'm back. Here's the cat suit. I think this is from Nintendo Switch, I'm not really sure. But what I do know is I remember this being featured on that first, that Super Mario Brother movie that had Chris Pratt in it. And I remember seeing this, and I'm like, holy crap, that looks awesome. So now we have it in Super Mario World, which is really cool. Here is a really unique flower. It shoots these little electric bolts over stuff. Pretty cool. Okay, this is just some random stuff I threw in here myself. I put a star there. If you would have got that star first, hit this one, you'd have another star. And then this is just in the game. I just put it just because it's cool. It's a shell that pops out. There's your standard Yoshi. That one is a hit or miss one. I'll show you that on a different level. And then, of course, I just threw this in here for fun. So, but from everything to the left of Mario here, these were all from the original author. They added all these special power-ups, which I think are absolutely awesome, so kudos to them. And, of course, here's our original stuff. Oh, I gotta pause again. Alright, I'm back now. And as you probably saw in there, what I did myself, I added something very special, the Yoshis. So not only do you get to come to this top secret area to load up on your favorite power-ups, you also can get whatever Yoshi you want and start the game with. No longer having to wait to make a blue Yoshi from the, what do you call it, from like getting those wings and stuff. Gotta pause again, hang on. Alright, sorry about that guys, I'm back. So anyway, obviously the Yoshi looks a little glitched in here, but like if you were to go down a pipe or something or just go to a new level, it looked totally normal. You'll see a few different glitch versions, but it's fine. But anyway, instead of having to go all the way to Star Road to get a blue Yoshi or make one by eating the wings, boom, you just come here and you get the one you want. Now say I don't want blue Yoshi, let's exit here. We're gonna go back in. Say I want, obviously green Yoshi is normal, you get them anywhere, but say I want a red Yoshi. So, boom, I have a red Yoshi. And, last but not least, I want a yellow Yoshi. Fine. Blue, get out of my way. Yellow Yoshi. Boom, there we go. And to show you that these are not, that they don't stay glitched, we're going to exit with Yoshi. There you can see him on the overworld map. He looks normal. Back in the level. Okay, he's a little glitchy still. Sometimes they look glitchy in areas where I put like all the Yoshis together. So, but in most normal levels, you'll see them look normal. And I also throw all these moons in here. Look how many free lives we already have. We're loaded, which is a really nice way to start the game. So we're going to keep this yellow Yoshi. We're going to go to... let's go to Donut Plains 1. And boom, normal looking Yoshi. Now if you see here, there was already a yellow Yoshi. Why is that? I'm glad you asked. I will show you. Let's exit. So, something I specifically added to every major level in this game, this is completely my own work, is instead of having to wait all the way to Star Road or go all the way back or forward to that top secret area, now every level that you would normally need a Yoshi for, you have one. And we have a mushroom here to get him big. Also a mushroom for Mario in case you are tiny Mario. So now, you can have a Yoshi in any level that requires one. We're going to go ahead and lose Yoshi. We're going to exit. And we're going to go back down to this level. Yoshi's Island 3. And we have another Yoshi. This one is a blue Yoshi. We're going to wake him up. Sit here, give him a mushroom. And boom. I gave you a little power up too in case you want something different. A little feather. Some of these have feathers. And the reason why I blew Yoshi in this one, you'll see, as this level never came with Yoshi originally, unless you brought your own. Let's see what's here. Okay, I don't care about that right now. Gonna get past this. Obviously, this is a level you wouldn't want to fall from. Go a little further. Boom! There is a Koopa. All right. So, Obviously, why do I have a blue Yoshi? So we can fly through this level. Very nice. We're going to get out of here. Oh, let's go back in there and ditch our Yoshi. Hello. Alright. Now, I'm going to go down to Yoshi's Island 2. I don't know if I should do this one or not. I have a red Yoshi. I just basically chose whichever ones I thought would be best for the level. This one, you got a lot of these guys here, so it's nice just to blast them away. So that's kind of nice. Let's see, over here, now as I showed you that top secret area up there, what I also did, I took an idea from that, so you don't always have to go, back to the top secret area all throughout the game when you want to get your power-ups or new Yoshis. I made what I call Power-Up Station, which is right here. There is one level in each zone or each area that has a Power-Up Station. Most of these are pretty much the same thing you've already seen. There's the Yoshi thing there. Here's the Yoshis we can choose from, all the regular power-ups that you saw earlier. This one, I think we showed that one. Yeah, that one will shrink. Oh, it's like a death mushroom. Don't really care for that one. Raccoon, Tanuki, yeah, so you saw all this stuff. So basically, I also increased the time on this level since, you know, it's taking extra time to get up here and check all this stuff out to get the Yoshi we want. So I made the time the max that you could get. And I did pretty much all of this work in Lunar Magic. You can find it on SMW Central .net, I think it is. Just Google it. I'll put a link in the description. But that's where I got the tools and found out how to do all this stuff. Obviously, my Yoshi looks a different kind of glitch now, and I forgot to make him big. And he looks really weird now, but that's okay. We don't mind. Because, here, we're going to go down a pipe. I'm pretty sure there's a pipe here somewhere, and you'll see him looking normal after he goes through the pipe. Yeah, I think, no, it's this one here. If I can do it right. Ah! There we go. Alright. Down the pipe we go. And there he is. Looks totally normal. And he works just fine. Whee! And, in case you lost your Yoshi, I got some extras for you right there. And look at that glitch now. Look at Yoshi's face now. It looks really weird. I kind of like the glitches, though. It's kind of funny. But don't worry. It does not affect functionality whatsoever. He still works just great as usual. So, let's get out of here. Now, let's see here. Oh, I know which one I'm going to show you. So, I also made some other additions in the game. Basically, there were some levels I thought were missing some stuff. And since this hack is primarily a, get a Yoshi hack, I'm basically going to call this Yoshi Rules, is what I'm going to call this. So, basically, because I don't like to lose my Yoshis, and I hate it all the time when I lose a Yoshi. It drives me nuts. And you know how much work it is trying to go back and get another Yoshi, go to a different level. If he was a blue Yoshi, look, I just lost him. Ah, crap. Hold on here. We're going to start this level over because that kind of messed up what I wanted to show you. So, obviously, though, I lost my Yoshi. Boom. Here he is. He's a yellow one for this level, which is fine. I chose it on purpose for the stomping capability. But I'm going to show you what happens in a certain area here. And I'm on purpose not getting these feathers right now. I'll show you why in a minute. Ah, crap. Okay, that did not go as planned. Alright, we're going to try that again. Maybe we should get the feather this time. Yeah, that might help. Alright, let's get Yoshi big there. Let's get Mario big. Let's drop that mushroom. Alright. Now, let me grab this cape. Hey, get back here. I want your cape. Get over here. Alright. Alright, now we're good. And we're just going to fly past a lot of this crap. Here we go. So I can show you what I'm trying to show you without losing my Yoshi. Like, we can lose them later, but right now I got to keep them for a certain thing that I'm trying to show you. That's not the one. Okay, yeah, we can't eat him, unfortunately. I wish I could. Alright, get out of there. Okay, here's a halfway point in case you lost your Yoshi. Every level that I added a Yoshi to, if there was a halfway point, I gave you the Yoshi there too, so you can get him back. And here's what I'm talking about. Originally, if you came here with a Yoshi and you got this feather and you fly up there, you couldn't keep your Yoshi. You know, Yoshi only bounces so far on here, and you pretty much, if you had a cape, I don't know if you can get up there or not, if you know some trick, I don't. But you pretty much had to ditch your Yoshi. So I added this little blue dude, so we can keep our Yoshi. And don't worry if you lost the shell, because there's a couple more of these guys down here. There's one over here, and then there's one way at the far end here. And if you still want to practice your flying, because that's what the purpose of this level is, feel free to do so, without risk of losing your Yoshi. And we're going to go all the way over here, and there should be another blue guy on the far right, because again, I want to be able to keep my Yoshi as I leave this little area. I hate losing my Yoshi here. It's always driving me crazy. Now I don't have to. Alright, we're going to get rid of that. Float on down. Get on the pipe. And boom, guess what? We still have our Yoshi. And, in case you lost him, there he is. So that was a special one I added, because easy to lose him or forget what you're doing right there if you're not used to doing it. Of course, there's your standard green Yoshi. I kept those wherever the game originally put them in case you like the original green Yoshi. I will not take him away from you. I just like having the additional available Yoshis throughout the game that we had, that we got from Star Road. So, now that I've shown you the power-up station in Yoshi's Island, which I'll show you again which one that was. Of course, you technically have two here. You have Yoshi's house. I just did this because Yoshi's house is special. So I just, figured, hey, why not make Yoshi's house better than what it is? And of course, but the main power-up station here that we showed you, of course, that's got the halfway point, but I showed you earlier, it's all on the top. So, turn that alarm off. Alright, so now that we have that, and then we showed you the power-up station up in this level where we flew up to the sky. Of course, you've got the top secret area. I'm leaving that one. So you actually have two in the first areas. But now, as we move on, you're only going to have one. So here at Vanilla Dome 1, in the Vanilla Dome area, here's your power-up station. This one's unique, because I had to do this a little bit differently. So we're going to kick that guy out of there. Let Yoshi do that. We're going to make Yoshi big. Let him eat this mushroom, or star, whatever it is. There we go. Okay. So, here's all your normal power-ups. That's like the regular stuff. But all the special power-ups that the previous author added, boom. So, flower, feather. You just have to, work a little bit for these and dodge the bats and stuff. But there's all your power-ups that you wanted. You've got a few that are up here. And then also, let me go over here. And just eat these guys, get them out of my way. The remaining ones I had to fit over here, because obviously this level already has some stuff. And a lot of this is just for balancing. I wanted to make the game more balanced and a little bit easier, but also still keeping a challenge. But I also kept all the original levels pretty much as they were. I didn't change very much. Just a few balancing things I thought they needed. So let's get out of here. Now, we're going to go ahead and get out of this. I'm going to go to one that I've already kept all my saved progress. So let's go here. Let's go just reset the game. Just doing a soft reset. Let's see. I don't want to do the Star 96 because that obviously is after the sprites change, after you beat special. So we're going to do this 95 one. So now I can show you all the power-up stations, like the rest of them, throughout the game. So we did that one. We'll come up here. And right here is your next power-up station. Again, I don't like to have to go all the way back to top secret just for my power-ups and my Yoshis. So you don't have to go back as far now. You should pretty much have one in each area. And if you don't feel like feeding Yoshi to these, or feeding these guys to Yoshi, just give them the mushroom. Turn that radio down. There we go. Obviously, you saw the arrow there telling me I need to go up. So, let's find one of these shell guys. Here, we'll get one over here. And let's fly. And here we go. Here's your power-up station. Oh, I gotta pause real quick. Okay, I'm back. So here's your power-up station for this area. Pretty much, like I said, pretty much the same thing. I just gotta copy and paste a lot of this stuff up here. But I also had these little baboon guys give you a little bit of a challenge. So make sure you eat them before you try to get all your power-ups. Also, I put these moon things in pretty much every power-up station. So, got lots of free lives here for you. And I added also, as you see the timer up there, I added more times. It takes time to do this stuff. And if you want to do it as the level originally intended, well, then do it the hard way. You still have that option. Alright, let's get out of here. So that's that power-up station. Now, we're going to go to the next one. Here's your next power-up station, Forest of Illusion 1. As you can see, I did a similar thing where I put these blocks like I did in level 105 back in Yoshi's Island. And same thing. You got all your stuff up here. Some of it's hidden behind the trees when it pops up, but you'll figure it out. Alright, I guess Yoshi's eating. Oh, and Yoshi disappeared. So sometimes that happens. If one Yoshi already is full grown, like this guy yellow one, if you were to feed another one, like this purple guy, the purple guy's going to disappear because you already have one Yoshi. The game will not let you have more than one Yoshi at a time, as far as a full-grown Yoshi. So make sure you pick the Yoshi that you want, and make sure you get him full-grown. Otherwise, you're gonna have some issues. Now, I went up a little bit because I didn't want to. I still want to be able to use the original block from below. So we got the staircase going up here. Skip through all this stuff again. I adjusted the timer, giving you plenty of time to go through this stuff. Bunch more free lives for us, and didn't compromise anything else with the original level. Still got the original Yoshi there. If you wanted him, of course, that's probably not going to work though, since I got the baby Yoshi up at the top. But you still get the free life regardless. So that's that one. Now we're going to go to the power-up station for the next level. Or the next area, sorry. So let's see, Choco Island. And this one I had to put a little ways away because of how some of these levels are. I think this is the one I did, Chocolate Island 5. Yep. Oh, hang on, I gotta pause this for a second. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about the pause. Wasn't long for you guys, but it was for me. So here's your next power-up station, and I think I messed up on this one. Yep, I forgot to add the vertical scrolling. So your power-ups are actually up in the sky, and you're not going to be able to see them. I forgot to do the vertical scrolling. And I just totally screwed up and did not feed my Yoshi the mushroom. So we're going to restart this level. And I'll have to fix this. This will be fixed before you download it. Since I just realized I messed this one up. But if you were to take Yoshi here, you were to fly... Oh, never mind. Okay, it is fixed. Okay, cool. So there you go. Got the vertical scrolling. And here's your power-up station. All up here. Now, what just happened? I accidentally ate a pair of wings. I turned my red Yoshi into a blue one. And that, of course, will end the level. On some levels, if that block is in there, it'll mess up the level. And might mess up what's coming after it. So, if you encounter that where Yoshi eats the wings, you finish the level, then all of a sudden you can't move on to the game, let me know. I haven't encountered it, but if you guys do, let me know so I can fix it. Just comment in the comment section here. But anyway, so let's get Yoshi big here. Feed him this flower. Alright, we're gonna grab this, fly up here. That was kind of an arrow. I don't know why all those coins underneath it, but... So there were already 3 clouds up here. I basically just added to them. Get all your power-ups up here in the sky. There's all your moons. And, as you can see, your original thing still works for that. This is one thing that's a little weird. I haven't been able to figure out how to fix this yet with the random power-up. It takes the shape of, like, I guess whatever you have. So, it has the same shape. You just have to judge by the color of what you're going to get. Luckily, I got a star. So, like I said, a few bugs I haven't worked out yet, but for the most part, it works. So anyway, so there's your power-up station there. Now, believe it or not, even in Bowser's Valley, we have a power-up station. I think I put it right here, Valley Bowser 3. Yep, see those arrows there? So, oops, yeah, I kind of screwed up right here. Here, we're going to fix this. We're going to start over this level over. Conveniently die. Okay. Yeah, I forgot to hatch Yoshi first. Make sure you hatch him before you pop up in that mushroom. And you might just want to wait a minute. Okay, those clouds are not supposed to move, so... Yeah, I'm going to have to fix that. Those are supposed to be stationary clouds. And I think I used the ones that move. So yeah, this level is definitely messed up. But I will have this fixed before you guys download it. So anyway, so Yoshi's big. That arrow told you to fly up. So obviously we're just going to need a shell. Let's skip that fly, I don't care. Yeah, that definitely looks messed up. That's not supposed to happen. Anyway, and of course I messed up. I forgot to do the vertical scrolling. So you're not going to be able to see the power-ups up here. Plus, I messed up the whole thing. I didn't know those were moving clouds. I thought they were stationary. So yeah, this whole level is messed up. So I'll add to the video after I fix this, and we'll show you this level. Because obviously that power-up station is completely wacky. But anyway, there you go. You have a power-up station in every level. Or, I'm sorry, in every area. Let's just go to this random level. Even in Bowser's Valley. Boom. You have a Yoshi you can use. And not stuck with the green one all the time. It's very nice. Ah, and that was not smart. But let me show you something else I did too. I think I mentioned it earlier. But like, you know, see how I just lost my Yoshi? So, every level that I added a Yoshi. Oh yeah, that wasn't too smart. Every area I added a Yoshi, I put, if it had a halfway point. If it didn't, I didn't do this. But if it had a halfway point, there we go. Put it on my way. If it had a halfway point, I put the same Yoshi that I chose at the halfway point in case you lost your Yoshi. So that you could get him again. Because on some of these levels, it's very difficult when you lose your Yoshi, in order to finish the level. So let's see, I think this one has a halfway point. If not, I'll find another level that does. Well, here's a case. I have to lose my Yoshi. If I didn't do an extra Yoshi here, I'm probably going to need to do that later. I may add a Yoshi halfway for that level if I didn't already. Alright. But anyway, you get the idea. So wherever there's a halfway point, you'll see the same Yoshi egg that I chose. So, I did not add any Yoshis to the castles and ghost houses, because obviously Yoshi doesn't go in there. There is a cheat code you can use if you really want to use your Yoshi in there, but it just becomes problematic, and you end up having to ditch him anyway. So, I wouldn't really recommend it. But as you can see, it's nice having a Yoshi that is more specifically helpful for the level you're in. I just kind of used my own judgment. And like I said, if you don't like the power-up that's in each level, like that one was added by the original author, I don't care for that. If you don't like the Yoshi that I put in here, just go to one of the power-up stations I made, get whatever power-ups you want, get whatever Yoshis you want, and play the game however you want. So like I said, the beauty is, you don't have to wait to the end to get the Yoshi you want. Ah, here we go. Halfway point. Boom! See that? Lost my... Well, okay, my Yoshi must still be alive. Because if he was dead, that would have been a Yoshi, not a free-up. But anyway, if he was dead, that would have given me a Yoshi just now. Bye-bye, Mario. So sorry. You're dead. Ah! So... I think that's all I can think of the major changes to the game. Other changes that the original author made, he removed some of the original power-ups and replaced them with some of his custom ones. In some cases, that's good, but in some cases, I didn't care for that. So I did my best in some levels to put some of the original power-ups back. Like, if he put, like, the Tanuki suit, but, like, you really needed the flower for that level, I did my best to put some of those power-ups back in there. I didn't do a lot of the levels that way, so I'm going to have to go back through it on my next update, and I will do that. But for now, it's still playable. And like I said, you don't like the power-up in the level, just go to the power-up station, get what you want. Pretty much play the game however you want. And yet, you don't really lose the challenges either. There's a few other things that I did, that I changed the game. Here's a halfway point. Did I remember to put a Yoshi here? Nope, I forgot. Sorry, folks. No free Yoshi on this one. But I might just leave it that way. Because, you know, this is supposed to be a difficult area anyway. So, why make it too easy? But anyway, like I was saying, if you don't like the power-ups that are in each level, like if the author got rid of an original, just go to your power-up station, equip Mario with what you want. And like I said, you don't have to go back too far in order to get your power-ups. So I could have gone forward to do that. Instead, I'm going to go back here. And look, I didn't have to go all the way back to Yoshi's Island for the top secret area. Because I got a top secret area right here. Get out of my way. Bye-bye. I can't think of anything else. Oh yes. One more thing that I changed. I added a couple enemies in the switch houses. It's still very easy to beat them, but I just threw some Koopas in there just to make it a little more fun and challenging. In the one level that pops up when you get to hit those blocks and try to get like 3 in a row of the little green circles and you get like the free life, I put like a couple little enemies in those just to make it a little more interesting. But I did my best to keep the integrity of the original game intact, minus like obviously a few obvious changes, simply to balance the game better and give you more variety, give you more playability, you know? You can start off the game with whatever Yoshi you want. Now, I love the concept that the original author made of starting off with whatever power-up you want at the top secret area. But I didn't want to have to go all the way back to top secret to do it. That's why I made all the extra power stations. I'm glad he at least did include special power-ups in each level. But what if it's not the one you want, you know? So, that's why I added the power-up stations. And again, like I said, which I'll reiterate again, because it's like the primary focus of this hack. Start the game with whatever Yoshi you want. And some are provided for you already in the levels. So Yoshi rules. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. When you download it, it'll have that one power-up station fixed. The one that messed up. And I think it was in Bowser's Valley. So I'll have that fixed. And I'm going to fix it in a few minutes. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. And please like, subscribe if you like the content. I do a lot of just different video game stuff in here. It's not really anything one in particular. It's linked to my my Batman server if you're a Batman fan. We have a lot of stuff in there for you on Discord. But yeah, like and subscribe. Join our Discord if you're interested. And the download link will be in the description. So, thanks for watching, guys. And I hope you enjoyed. Talk to you later. Guys, so I fixed that bug in that last power-up station, so I'm going to show you to here real quick. And I'll add this is added in the video here, obviously. That was a little redundant. Anyway. Alright, so we're going to hop on Star Road. We'll go to Bowser's Valley. And show you that power-up station, how it should have looked before I messed it up. I also tried to leave Star Road and Special left alone. I did add a little special reward at the end of the very last special level. And I might have like given you like one Yoshi that I thought was needed at one Star Road place. But for the most part, those are all left alone. Alright, here we go. This should be fixed now. Alright. There's that arrow telling us to go up. Oh, and I gotta pause for a second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Alright, where was I? Oh yeah. Power-up station. So, here, we're gonna feed Yoshi this thing here, because I kind of forgot to feed him. Okay, that didn't work. Hold on. Alright. Oh, I know what I was gonna do. I was gonna eat that shell guy. Oh, there's Yoshi. He was just glitching. Ah! Get back here. Come here, Yoshi. Alright, now let's eat the shell. Alright, back to our power station, folks. There, now the clouds aren't floating around everywhere. There's those wings I was talking about. Hopefully that doesn't screw up the level here. It should just give you an easy way to beat the level. So some of the power-up stations have that, some do not. Because one of the power-up stations, like in Yoshi's Island, literally kept you from going to the yellow switch house. So I got rid of the wings in that one because it really messed it up. We don't want it to mess up the game where you can't progress through it. But that's what those wings are. Let's go back in here since I royally just screwed that up. Wake up Yoshi. Give Mario his mushroom. Alright, now, before this guy gets away, eat that. I'm really bad at this. Okay, here we go. Alright, now, back to the power station. So here's the same stuff. Oops, and I hit the wings again. Cannot believe I just did that. Yeah, I might want to watch out for that, unless you really love flying through that level. So, that's the only tricky part with this particular power station. Or power-up station, sorry. No! Oh, that was close. Alright, so try not to hit the wing this time. Alright, get the moons. Here's all the power-ups, as you saw in the previous power-up stations. They're all here. Pretty much copy-pasted this stuff. Also, in the original version of this power-up patch, I found out after doing some research, their moons were like a block. They screwed it up, or it was like glitchy, like it wasn't there. And it's just because they forgot to save their map 16 tile set. So I went ahead and fixed all of those throughout the game. They also had a section that was completely impassable. In fact, I'm going to show you where that is. So, go to Star Road, and I'm thinking if I go to the second star, I think that should show you, yeah, what I'm talking about. No, but you know what, it's close. Actually, that's pretty dang close. Okay, so, in the original version of this Power-Up Patch 4.0, again, which I did not make, I only used as a base for my patch, you could not get past this level. You were stuck there. So what I had to do is I found the 1.3 version of the Power-Up Patch, and I copied the whole overworld, the whole dang thing, pasted it over this one. So now, you're able to complete the entire game. So I've definitely made a lot of improvements on the original Power-Up Station. So, sorry, the original Power-Up Patch. I keep saying Power-Up Station because that's what I put in the game on my power-up stations in the zone, so I'm saying the wrong thing. But I want to show you, let's see, just a couple more of these Yoshis here. So here you would have like a green Yoshi in this level, because I didn't think you really needed any special Yoshi here. Here's an instance, I think, where, yeah, so here they give you this electric flower, and I think the original was a regular flower. I don't know if I did it in this level or not, but in some levels like this, I went ahead and gave you the original power-up back, in case you didn't want what they did. I don't think I did it in this one yet, so I might do that later, but as I said, if you don't like this power-up, just, you know, visit the power-up station before you come here, which was literally the previous level or whatever, and then just, you know, get the power-up that you want. So, not a big deal. So, alright, let's get out of here. Alright, and then I'm going to show you, here, we'll just hit up a couple random levels, again, to show you the Yoshi. So, there's a blue Yoshi. Let's get him nice and big. Ah! There you go. Alright. La 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 la. There we go. So, this obviously made some of these levels easier to fly through. There's a nice power-up from the original author. I will try to get it without getting killed, or losing my Yoshi. Alright. Again, I'll have the author attribution in the comment section of the YouTube video. Also, I haven't changed the title screen because I haven't learned how yet. So when it shows when Mario first loads up, when the game first loads up, it's going to have the attribution to the original author. It will not have attribution to me, and honestly, I'm not too worried about it. I'll figure out how to edit later. But kudos to the original author of the Power-Up Patch. For their great, awesome work they did. Again, I only fixed all their bugs, and I took theirs to a whole new level. But I am not taking away from all the wonderful work that they did, because they did an outstanding job. Alright, let's get out of there. Again, no more panicking when you lose your Yoshi. Don't care anymore. Doesn't matter. Alright, here we go. Let's go to this level. I think some of you know the shortcut in this one, where if you had a Yoshi, you'd fly with a cape and stuff, and you'd bounce on all the saws, and you could get through this level. But I also made it a little bit easier, in case you don't want to have to do that little little shortcut, or that little technique. So, gave the Yoshi here, off the bat. Actually, never mind. Yeah, you still got to do it that way. Oh, that's what I did. I had this thing here. So if you didn't want to use Yoshi, use this guy. Yeah, that doesn't work very well. Okay, just ignore that. But anyway, that was an attempt, but yeah, failed attempt. Let's see what Yoshi is in here. Yellow Yoshi. Let's go ahead and feed him there. And feed Mario. That was a joke. And we got the stomping power, which would really come in handy since these guys are all stomping. Of course, it's only when he eats a shell, but anyway. Alright. Well, that's it for this, for the rest of this video. Again, like and subscribe. Leave me a comment section, or leave me a comment in the comment section. Any thoughts? I'm open to criticism. Open to ideas. Anybody want to add anything to this? Feel free. Just please give me some attribution, as well as the original authors, if you do decide to use this patch for your own hack. My name, of course, is Jesse Middleton. That'll be in the comments, so please give me some attribution, or it'll be in the description. And of course, please be sure to attribute the original authors of the Powerup patch, since my work began from theirs. So anyway, thanks for watching. Let's see you later.